It's always easy to spot pink and brown axolotls, but the blue ones are basically impossible to find. Join me as I reveal the secret to how to get a blue axolotl in Minecraft. All you have to do is give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. That way you never miss out on future uploads. This is Gameatology. Minecraft is probably one of the funnest games to play in our generation. Not only that, but it also lets players build and do whatever they want to as long as the game allows it. But one of the things that most people would consider to be impossible in the game of Minecraft would be finding and successfully catching a blue axolotl. So what can you do if you can't find a blue axolotl after spending so much time looking for one? Well, it's simple, really. You don't want to miss this, so watch the video till the very end. What you do is simply raise your chances of finding a blue axolotl by breeding them. Yeah, you heard that right. Simple as that. That's because once you find an axolotl, its colors can't possibly change, right? So to make it easier for all of you who are looking for a blue one, let me first explain why breeding is the key to finding a blue axolotl. By breeding them, you increase your chances of finding a blue variety simply because we can breed as many axolotls as we want. And as long as you keep breeding those axolotls, much sooner than if you were to manually look for one. Also, if you aren't aware already, the blue axolotl is by far the rarest variety. That's because its spawn isn't even 1%. Yes, it's even lower than that. You'll be surprised, but the blue axolotl spawn rate is actually a measly 0.83%. Before we actually get into how we can get a blue one, legally, let us first get into how we can spawn it with the help of commands. If your Minecraft is updated to the latest version, which is 1.17, then you should be able to successfully use the summon command. For the Java version, you simply have to type in the summon command, which is /summon space Minecraft :axolotl, then your coordinates, or on any coordinates you wish to spawn your axolotl. Then finally space variant :4, and that's the command. Now then, let's get into how you spawn a blue axolotl in the Bedrock version. It's pretty much the same. Use a command to summon an axolotl. However, unlike the Java edition, you need to follow the steps very closely because for some reason, you can't spawn a fully grown adult blue axolotl. First, you type in the command /summon space axolotl space, then enter your preferred coordinates. You could even type in space space tilde. That way, the axolotl just spawns in your current coordinates. Once your coordinates are ready, you can now finally type in Minecraft :entity_born and then press enter. If you typed in the command exactly as I've said, then you should now have spawned a baby blue axolotl. Emphasis on baby. That's because you can only spawn a literal baby blue axolotl in Bedrock Edition. You will have to wait until they grow into a full adult before they can actually turn into the shade of blue that you wanted it to be. Now, if you're wondering what would happen if you didn't specifically type it that way and made the commands as you usually would, let's say you type in something like /summon space axolotl, then add your coordinates and press enter. Then what will happen is that you will successfully summon a fully grown axolotl. However, the color variant of the axolotls that you'll spawn with this command will be limited to the colors under the common rarity. This means that you will only get the common colors, such as brown, yellow, pink, and lastly white. After going through and trying out either of the cheats, let us now get into how we get a blue axolotl on our humble survival mode. I would actually like to add that the game made an update in 1.17.1 that you can only get a blue axolotl from breeding. However, if you're still playing in 1.17, then by all means, try your hardest when looking for a naturally spawned blue axolotl. It is also worth mentioning that axolotls in 1.17.1 Java Edition can only spawn at under Y63, which is the coordinates for sea level. Oh, and they can only spawn in areas that are in complete darkness too. So that not only means that you can find axolotls at the deepest and darkest depths of the sea, but you also have the chance to find axolotls in caves that are under sea level, albeit you might have a bit trouble considering they only spawn in complete darkness. Once you find your axolotls, you should then equip a water-filled bucket and right-click on the axolotl to catch them. Once you got them, you should then place them in something like a small water pit or even a mini pond, someplace where you have absolute control of them so they don't get a chance to escape. Now then, you wouldn't want to miss seeing this next step. This is because once you have successfully acquired the two axolotls, you should now breed them. So how exactly do you breed them? Well, it's awfully simple. You do it by getting two tropical fishes in a bucket and then right-click each of the tropical fish onto both of the axolotls. If you haven't noticed already, axolotls are usually hostile towards any underwater creature, whether it be fish or squids. You'll also be surprised by the fact that axolotls actually have smaller fish as food in real life. So it's not at all surprising that you breed them in Minecraft by feeding them tropical fish. It is also fun to mention that there are also certain underwater life that axolotls aren't hostile to, and those creatures are none other than our favorite adorable turtles and dolphins. Turtles and dolphins are so lovable that even axolotls have a soft spot for them. If you breed the axolotls, there's actually a 50-50 chance for the baby to have the color of either of the parents. Getting a blue axolotl only has a probability of 1 out of 1,200, so you better get yourself ready, both mentally and physically if you really want that blue axolotl. What this means is that you'll have to breed non-stop until you get the blue variant. I'd also like to know that in Java Edition, you can only breed the same 2 axolotls after a 5-minute cooldown. You'll be surprised, however, by how short the breeding cooldown is on the Bedrock Edition, since it only takes a measly 1 minute before you get to breed the same 2 axolotls again. And that's the end of the video. So what are your thoughts? Do you think spending hours of breeding is worth it just to get a blue axolotl? Or do you think you'd rather cheat and use a command to spawn one? Sound off in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video and learned something, thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for future uploads. Until next time.